Hey everyone. So if you're building any kind of product, you know the feeling, right? You're just drowning in customer feedback. It's coming from everywhere. Today, we're going to talk about how to take all that chaos and turn it into a powerful, well-oiled engine that actually drives real growth. Let's get into it.
I mean, this is the question, isn't it? It's what keeps product people up at night. You think you're building the right thing, but are you sure? That little gap between what you think they want and what they actually want, that can make or break your entire product. And the key to closing that gap isn't just guessing, it's building a real system for listening.
And that system, that's what we're going to build today. We're going to walk through 5 critical stages of what we're calling your feedback engine. We'll start with your purpose, then choose your channels. Learn how to find the signal in all the noise. Figure out how to prioritize and act. And finally, the most important step of all, closing that feedback loop. Okay, let's dive into stage 1, purpose. It is so tempting to just throw a survey out there or start tracking clicks, right? But if you don't have a clear goal, you're not collecting insights, you're just collecting noise. You have to start with the end in mind.
So you have to ask yourself this one fundamental question. What are you actually trying to learn right now? Are you just trying to see if a brand new idea has legs? Or are you trying to figure out why nobody's using that one feature you worked so hard on? Maybe you just want to measure overall satisfaction. Your answer here is going to shape every single thing you do next.
And what's really interesting is how your purpose totally changes depending on where your product is in its life cycle. You know, if you're just at the idea stage, your goal is pure validation. Is this even a good idea? For an MVP, you're hunting for those critical, show-stopping bugs. After the launch, it's all about refining and polishing. And then during growth, you're looking for those new opportunities to scale. Your why is always evolving.
Which brings us right to stage 2. See, once you know your purpose, then you can pick the right channels. This isn't about using every single tool you can find. It's about picking the perfect tool for the specific job you just defined.
Think about it like this. You've basically got 3 main channels. Surveys, they're great for getting the what at a huge scale. You're looking for those quantitative trends. Interviews, that's where you get the rich, juicy context, the why behind the numbers. And then you've got analytics. This is the truth serum. It shows you what people are actually doing in your product, not just what they tell you they're doing. Now, when you're doing surveys, the tools, like Google Forms or Typeform, they're the easy part. The questions are the hard part. So instead of asking something generic like, do you like our new feature, which just gets you a yes or no, ask something targeted. What's the main benefit you get from this feature? Or if you could change one thing about it, what would it be? See? Specific questions get you actionable answers.
Interviews, on the other hand, are all about uncovering stories. Your goal here isn't to just power through a checklist of questions. You're trying to find the why. So don't use a rigid script. Prepare a list of topics. Honestly, your most powerful question is often going to be the simplest one. Tell me more about that. And then you just shut up and listen.
And finally, analytics. Tools like Mixpanel or Hotjar can tell you so much. But please, don't get lost in vanity metrics. Focus on the numbers that really matter. Things like usage rates for key features, how long users are sticking around, and my personal favorite, the drop-off points. Where are people getting stuck? Where are they giving up? That right there, that's pure gold. Okay, so you've collected all this great feedback. Now for stage 3, turning that giant mountain of raw data, all that noise, into clear, actionable signals. Honestly, this is where so many feedback systems just completely fall apart. This is the question you should probably just print out and tape to your monitor. It's not about doing a one-time project. The goal is to build a consistent process. That word, consistent, is what separates a real feedback engine from just a digital suggestion box nobody ever checks. So the first step to finding those signals is just simple categorization. Start bucketing all the feedback into common themes. What are people always praising? Is it the design, the speed, and what are they always complaining about? Are you seeing the same bug pop up over and over, or a missing feature everyone's asking for? This is how you start to spot the pattern.
But here's a little pro tip for you. Don't just sort everything into good and bad. You need a third, absolutely vital bucket for suggestions. Your users don't just find problems. A lot of the time, they hand you the solution on a silver platter. That suggestion bucket, that is pure gold for your product roadmap.
Which brings us right to stage 4, prioritize and act. Okay, so you've found the signals. You've got your list of bugs and awesome feature requests. Now what? You can't do everything at once, so you need a smart way to make those tough decisions. And look, this doesn't need to be some super complicated process. Keep it simple. First, assign ownership. Who specifically is responsible for this? Second, set a cadence. Are we doing this every week, every 2 weeks? Put it on the calendar.
And third, define your criteria. How are you going to decide what to work on? Is it the number of requests? Is it alignment with business goals? Just write it down.
And that leads us to the final, and I would argue the single most important part of this whole engine, closing the feedback loop. This is the step that almost every company forgets, and let me tell you, it is a massive, massive missed opportunity.
I mean, just think about it. A user took time out of their busy day to give you their thoughts, letting them know that you actually heard them, and more importantly, that you acted on what they said. That is unbelievably powerful. It turns them from just another user into a real partner in what you're building.
And this doesn't have to be some huge, complicated thing. If someone gave you a game-changing idea, a quick personal email back to them can literally create a fan for life. For smaller fixes, a simple little "You asked, we listened" section in your release notes or an in-app message shows your entire user base that you're paying attention.
Because here's the bottom line, right? Closing the loop is the fuel for the whole engine. When users see that their voice actually matters, they feel heard, they feel respected, it builds an incredible amount of trust, and it makes them want to give you even better feedback next time. It creates this amazing virtuous cycle.
So as we wrap up, let me just leave you with this question. Look back at these 5 stages: purpose, channels, analysis, action, and closing the loop. Where's the weak link in your current system? What is the one single step you can take this week to start building a product that your customers truly want?